Here in America, we don't care about a lot of things, but we do have a few bullet points that we like to cover. Is it housing the homeless? No. Is it health care for everybody so we can all stay happy and healthy? No. Education? No. It's tax cuts for the rich, because that's all the Republican Party actually cares about. They care about two things. They care about tax cuts for the rich and adding money to the Pentagon budget so we can go bomb brown kids and be the world police. But we're going to go over the fact that the House of Representatives passed the big beautiful bill 215 to 214, and it is heading to the Senate. So we're going to go over a little bit about the big beautiful bill. So let's watch this clip from CNN, the Communist News Network. And
one big beautiful bill, and we got to get it done.
Let's talk about President Trump's big beautiful bill. Not that title or the politics, procedure, or the inter-party warfare currently ongoing on Capitol Hill. The policy, what's actually in the bill, because it matters a lot to you. The reason why, because of what it represents. The status quo is Donald Trump's 2017 tax law. Those tax cuts are set to expire at the end of the year. If they do expire, roughly 60% of all filers would face a pretty significant tax increase. So they're trying to prevent that from happening by extending those tax cuts permanently. On top of that, there are a lot.
So I want to stop and talk about that for a quick second. Those tax cuts that he's talking about are the tax cuts to regular individuals. All of the tax cuts that were made for billionaires, millionaires, large corporations, things of that nature, were all made permanent from the get-go. The only things that were not made permanent were the tax cuts for the regular individuals like you and I. But let's continue on with this video.
A lot of things that Donald Trump promised in the 2020.
He got some motherfucking moves right there. I can't even tell you how good them moves are. I wish I could dance like that shit.
For campaign trail.
We are going to not charge taxes on tips.
Tipped workers, overtime pay, Social Security beneficiaries, auto loan interest deduction. All campaign promises, all in the bill. These are significant items, and Republicans have made clear those tax cuts, which sit at the core of the bill, they matter a ton. They also cost a ton.
Before we talk about how much they cost, I will like to call my shot right now, okay? And just go ahead and say right now that they're not going to, in the final bill, when it inevitably passes, they're not going to have no tax on tips. They're not going to have no tax on overtime. They're not going to have anything of that nature because that would help normal people. Now, the no tax on tips is more complicated than just helping normal people because that is a Wall Street loophole that they can use to not pay taxes on capital gains tax and things of that nature. And there's a bunch of loopholes there that's why the Republican Party wants to get the no tax on tips thing. It's not to help normal individuals. It's to help his buddies on Wall Street. But let's carry on with this video real quick.
$3.8 trillion in total. That means Republicans have been looking for ways to pay for it. Roughly $700 billion in Medicaid cuts are used to try and finance part of this bill. Another $267 billion in SNAP cuts, that's included as well. What does all of this mean? What you see is the upper 10%, the wealthiest Americans, they will see the most benefits. Now, they also pay the most taxes. It will be significant over the course of 10 years, according to just about every analysis we've seen. Now, if you're in the lower 10%, you will see some benefit. There obviously won't be a significant tax increase. However, you'll also face the brunt of those cuts to Medicaid and SNAP programs. That was the balance Republicans chose to go with. Now again, this is still a process. There is still a debate underway. House Republicans, Senate Republicans, and of course, President Trump is always going to have a say here. But the core of it, it's going to affect everyone.
I love the fact that he talks about that this is the balance that Republicans are trying to strike. Like they're trying to give us any kind of fucking balance in general. The top 10% are going to get massively wealthier off these tax cuts, and the bottom 10% of Americans are going to just fucking die because that's what they don't care about. The bottom 10%. Who are the bottom 10% of Americans? Let's think about it. Oh, it's the people living under the fucking bridge. It's the people living in tents in bushes. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, how is it helping anybody? They're literally cutting Medicaid and all that shit so they can give their rich friends more money. Why does a billionaire need more fucking money? I don't know. But I wanted to show you who voted on this bill, of course. Let's zoom in just a hair more. 215 Republicans. 2 of them voted against it. 2 were no votes. Democrats, 212. Nay. So that left the total at 215 to 214. It is heading to the Senate. And the way the Senate works is it's basically just a automatic filibuster. They just have to say, I'm filibustering. They don't even have to stand there and fucking talk about it, which is bullshit, but whatever. It's going to lose a lot of steam in the Senate. Yes, they have a majority, but they do not have a super majority. It's going to be hard to get that many Democrats on board with something like this. Just in general, as a Democrat, you know, they have to put the facade of caring about people. They don't. Most of them do not, okay? But they still need to put that facade out there. And guaranteed, it's going to lose a lot of this shit. But the main things that it's going to lose is like the no tax on tips and probably the no tax on overtime. There's 0% chance it's getting the no tax on overtime. I will play this clip in a future video to prove that I know what I'm talking about. Like this, there's no shot, 100% no shot they're going to do no tax on overtime. And that's coming from somebody that works a lot of overtime. I work probably in the range of 10 to 20 hours of overtime per week. So on a 2-week pay period, I have 20 to 40 hours of overtime every paycheck. Do I care about no tax on overtime? No. I think we should be paying our fair share in taxes, personally. I want my money to go to schools. I want my money to go to fixing potholes in the road. Actually, I take that back. I don't want my money to go fixing potholes in the road. I want Amazon's money to go fixing potholes in the road because they're the ones using all the roads. I want trucking companies to pay for potholes in the road, you know. There's no reason we should have to pay for that. The infrastructure is there for them to make money. You know, they didn't just put it there to make our lives easier. They put that shit there so companies can have easier access places. It's not for us. It's for them. Let's get fucking real. I just wanted to show you this one last clip. The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, the smarmy bastard, just giving his little speech on, you know, his victory speech, and he just gets laughed at.
And today wouldn't be possible without the leadership of arguably the most powerful and the most successful and the most respected president in the modern era of the United States.
Powerful, yes. Successful, definitely. Respected, nah. Nah, homie. That's where you lost everybody. That's why you're getting fucking laughed out of the room, because Donald Trump is not respected. He is one of the least respected presidents in modern history, if not the least respected. The only people that really love him is his fucking base and his administration. Okay? People don't fucking like this guy, dude. I don't know who you're trying to trick, but it ain't me.
Our Democrat colleagues mock the objective truth. We were delivered unified government, my friends, in November. The White House, the Senate, and the House were delivered to the party on this side of the aisle. So you can laugh all you want, all right?
Yeah, and why was that? Why was it across the board delivered? Because propaganda speaks power. Propaganda is a fucking age-old testament of power. And, you know, you can lie to stupid people and they're going to believe it. Plain and simple. But anyways, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think no tax on tips or no tax on overtime is going to get through in this bill. I personally don't think so, but I'd love to hear what you think. Anyways, like the video if you like the video. A subscribe would really help the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Later.